Hello again, Dave from Grid Ironic, back with another list. Today we're counting down the top 10 quarterbacks under 25. A couple of things before we begin. This is how they are now, not how their entire career is going to go. We're counting down where they are headed into the 2022-2023 season. Also, Joe Burrow will turn 26 this December, so I don't think I left him off the list. A lot of people don't realize that he came out a little bit older. So Joe Burrow will not be on this list. That being said, let's get started. Number 1, Justin Herbert, obviously. And yeah, we're counting up because it would be more dramatic that way. This guy's definitely the clear-cut winner of the group. Total stud as far as production. He's got good size. He can run. Strong arm. Good vision, decisive, everything you could possibly want. He's probably a top 5 quarterback in the league. Number 2, Kyler Murray. He probably has the best skill set out of anybody on this list outside of Justin Herbert. He's got some playoff wins. He's got a lot of help on the team with receivers, but that being said, he's still pretty good. He's aggressive. He's got bad attitude, and that might be the only thing that holds him back. But other than that, the sky's the limit with Kyler Murray, too. Number 3, Justin Fields. If you can win on the Bears, that's pretty impressive. He came in later in the season, but I still thought by the end he looked good. He was decisive. He had pretty good poise. He was raw in certain areas, but that just takes time. I think they got him a little help in Chicago this offseason. They lost Allen Robinson, which is big, but I still think Justin Fields is very good at this point. Number 4, Trey Lance. It's pretty uncommon to see a team take an established winning quarterback and get rid of them in favor of a rookie. I've seen it a handful of times. You saw it with Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith. You saw it to a certain extent with Peyton and Luck. But it's rare, and it usually pays off. They do it for a reason, and Trey Lance, I think, also has an amazing skill set. He's looked very sharp in the preseason so far. He definitely, has potential to be great in this league. Number 5, I got Sam Ellinger. I know I wanted to keep this list just to starters like all the professionals do, but I just couldn't overlook the talent of Sam Ellinger. If you're not familiar with him, he went to the same high school as Drew Brees and Nick Foles, shattered their records, went to the University of Texas, broke a bunch of records there, ended up on the Colts. He is fighting for the backup position, but only because of Matt Ryan. But someday when Sam Ellinger gets his due, he's been nearly perfect this preseason. He's a hard worker. He's the type of guy that Bill Parcells would love to have had. And mark my words, and I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but I could not put anyone lower on this list above Sam Ellinger at this point. Number 6, and I will say this too, after number 5, to me, it's a bit of a big drop-off. Number 5, I think it's pretty confident that these guys are going to, could potentially be on their team for years to come. I don't know about Sam Ellinger, if he gets traded or something, but everybody else, who's to say where they might even be 3 or 4 years from now. But number 6, Mac Jones up in New England. He had by some people's standards, he had a really great rookie season. Definitely not offending any Mac Jones fans. To me, I don't feel like he's the answer. He didn't have a lot of help last year, so it will be interesting to see what he can do, at least with having Devontae Parker this year. He looks good as far as, he's gritty, and he has good vision. I just don't feel it with Mac Jones, but he's still better than some. Number 7, I got Trevor Lawrence. He was supposed to be the next big thing to hit the NFL, but he kind of fizzled out a little bit in Jacksonville. Hard to blame him, though, from, the whole mess down there last year. This year, he's got a little bit of help. Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk. I think Doug will be really good for him. For Trevor, I think he does have all the tools and the talents. I think he just needs to be guided. Number 8 and 9 was a tie. I couldn't decide between Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagleola. Tua, loves the 5-yard pass, the check down. He's a little bit injury prone, but supposedly reports have been coming out of camp that he's been throwing all over the field with Tyreek Hill. He's guaranteed to have some pretty good stats this year. I don't really know how much the talent is there. And then that's up against Jalen Hurts. Same thing. People say he's made a leap, but I don't know if I'm hesitant to believe it. I think the perfect, nickname for Jalen Hurts would be the anchor, because 50% of the people in Philly think he's this, great core. You can anchor your team with him, and the other half think he's just dead weight holding the ship back. Number 10, this was really hard. Let me tell you some of my choices. I got Kenny Pickett, Davis Mills, Zach Wilson, or Malik Willis. I had to think about it a little bit, and ultimately for number 10, I put Kenny Pickett. I think that the unknown qualities of him is sort of Davis Mills. Davis Mills just missed it, but I don't love what I saw from Davis last year. I mean, all things considered, I think he did a great job, but I'm just not sure that, much like Mac Jones, I just kind of get the feeling that the talent might be. I just don't think it will happen. Kenny Pickett, who knows? Everyone says he's got, little tiny hands. He wears 2 gloves. People don't like that. But I don't know. Out of this group, I put Kenny Pickett 10. That's our list. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you for your watches, and I will talk to you soon.